Hello and welcome to the Nerva Beacon podcast, your one-stop shop for everything Doctor Who. My name is Glenn, aka Dreadwind, or Cymru Nerd Cave on the old interwebs. And joining me, as always, is my colleague, Leigh.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Leigh. How are you?
I'm all right. You?
I'm doing fine and dandy, thank you very much. Both here to talk about Doctor Who, as always, because we love it. But it's not going to be the most pleasant episode because we're talking about this current series, Series 11, I believe it is.
Yep.
Or Series 37, I've heard it told as well. 37 series, apparently. Of the current series of Doctor Who, starring Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. And we basically, because it's going to be the 7th episode, I think we're going to be on this week, Kablam.
Yeah, Kablam's coming up.
So we've had 6 episodes already, and it's basically a State of the Union address, how we think it's going at the moment. And, sad to say, lads, it's not going to be a glowing report.
Unfortunately not.
It's not. As with a lot of people on Twitter, I'm not enjoying the series as much as I hoped I would. And I'm led to assume that you're not either there, Leigh.
No, just no.
Can I ask why? Let's start with why you're not enjoying it.
Because it's bland. There's no substance. Yes, everyone's going on how amazing it is that they've thrown Rosa Parks and the Indian petition in to educate people, but there's nothing there. There's no substance to it. The soul of the show gone.
It's not entertaining.
No.
That's my problem with it. It's not entertaining. It's just homework.
Yeah, that's the word I'd use for it.
It's like, you remember when you were at school and they'd say, right to the AV room. Mm-hmm. And then they put on the independent television for schools and colleges, and it'd be the old clock going round. And then you'd be all excited because something's coming on the telly, and then fucking Picture Box would be on. Some film from someone in Canada about wheat growing.
Yes.
And you think, then. Or some How We Used to Live, about what it was like down the pit in Rotherham.
Yeah, exactly like that.
And you'd be happy because you'd be not at school, effectively. You'd be watching telly, but on the other hand, you'd be dying inside a bit.
Yeah. That's
what this series feels like to me. It's not that I'm getting preached at. It's not that it's too PC. I don't mind political correctness is just another term for treating people like human beings.
Yep.
Being nice to people. That's all PC is, not being an awful person because someone's a bit different than you. Mm. It's not too PC. It's always had people who are different from each other in it. This isn't a new thing. It might not have had so many, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
But it's not that it's too PC. It's that it's just fucking dull. Mm-hmm. Is that basically how you feel? Because that's certainly how I feel at the moment.
Yeah, it's just dull, bland, nothing to it. It's not even educational. It's just didactic. Too much moralising. I mean, sometimes the Doctor has been a preachy bastard, but she isn't even being preachy in this. She's just there. She's doing something.
Yeah. I was thinking this the other day with, I think we were saying, describe the 13th Doctor's personality. Well, I would, nice.
Yeah, nice.
And that's about it.
The Doctor's never, but only one, like you said earlier, it's only the 5th Doctor who's been nice. The rest of the Doctors haven't been nice. Not one of them. Just because nice doesn't equal good. And I think doesn't equal nice.
Well, I mean, the whole point of the 5th Doctor, and this was always the point that JNT wanted to make with him, is that he was a good man in a universe that was horrible.
Yeah.
And he was trying to keep his moral compass, even though the universe was screaming at him, don't be a bad person, be selfish, be horrible.
Yeah.
And he refused to, and that was the lament of the 5th Doctor. In the end, the universe forced him to take action.
Yeah.
And never anywhere else was this more prevalent than in Caves of Androzani.
Yeah.
Where he had to act like a selfish twat because his life was in danger.
Mm-hmm. And also Perry's life, because basically he quite fancied her, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, there was so much threat and so much peril, and the stakes were the highest they'd ever been.
Yeah.
This series is so low stakes that the Doctor is given nothing to do.
Yeah.
She hasn't beaten any of the monsters.
No.
When there has been a monster.
Not even any of the companions have had any threat to them. No,
that's true. That's very true. I mean, the best of the companions is definitely Graham.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew that. I would say Ryan, definitely a very close second. I do like Ryan. But Yaz, even in her own episode, Yaz was given nothing to do. Because she did nothing. There was a point of it where the Doctor and Ryan go into the forest to look for the aliens that are supposedly the bad guys. They're not the bad guys. There aren't any bad guys. They go into the forest to look for this holy man that's gone missing. Surely that should have been Yaz.
Yeah.
It's her episode.
Mm-hmm.
Give her something to do. She's a police officer.
And that'll be a bloody a police officer. Let her use her bloody skills that she's in the middle of learning. But no, just hold her back as usual.
And yeah, it's. I want to like it. I don't like not liking it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm getting even more sick of being told on Twitter that it's because I'm a privileged white man. I mean, I'm not a white man. I'm Jewish.
Mm. By
your very own rules, I'm not white. So fuck off.
And I'm not exactly the most privileged person in the world either.
Oh well, you see, that's another discussion for another time.
Oh yeah.
Not getting into that on here.
Nope.
Already alienated enough from by what we're saying now.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is. I think in their quest, not to be PC, but not to upset anyone or be controversial, because they think that having a female doctor is controversial enough.
But it isn't.
Well, it isn't when you give her nothing to do.
Mm.
It makes her look bad.
Mm-hmm.
It makes her look incapable. She doesn't look capable. I remember when the Doctor was the smartest person in the room and wasn't afraid to say it.
Yeah. No, she isn't.
She's scared to death of saying anything. She's almost apologetic.
The word impotent combined, which is highly ironic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The 12 that came before, you could hardly say they were impotent in any shape or form, but 13th Doctor, yeah, she has...
I actually get quite angry when she's being compared to the 10th Doctor, because I'm saying, fuck off, he's the most proactive Doctor of the lot.
Yep.
You know, he was the most proactive Doctor of the lot. I can't imagine her doing what he did against the Cybermen on Alternative Earth.
No.
I just can't see her. She hasn't had that Doctor moment yet.
No, I don't think she's going to get it in this season at all.
No, I honestly don't. And it's a crying shame, because you can see she's more than capable, Jodie Whittaker.
Mm-hmm. As
an actor, she's more than capable of doing what needs to be done. Mm-hmm. But she's been given nothing to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's upsetting, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
don't see the point of this series whatsoever. Honestly, it might as well just be called something else, because it isn't the Doctor.
The most interesting episode was the one that everybody seems to hate, which is the Serenka Conundrum.
Oh, that one about the patina.
The hospital. Yeah, I really liked that episode. That was very 10th Doctor-ish.
Yeah.
The whole episode.
Even then, she was still nothing.
Oh, she wasn't too bad. She was quite proactive. I could have done without the fucking Large Hadron Collider lesson in the middle of it. And the worst bit of that episode was, you know, when they've got like 6 minutes until the bomb goes off.
Yeah.
And Ryan and Yaz suddenly decide in the middle of all that to have a conversation about his dad. Wasting 4 minutes of the 6. I'm like, Jesus, urgency, people. I loved the pregnant guy. I thought he was fucking excellent, that guy. I really, really liked him and would definitely see him again. I'd see the nurse as well. Yeah. She was quite good in it.
Aster, I really, really wanted his character, and he was just fucking jettisoned and killed off.
Yeah, and they didn't make too much of Doc Brown being in the episode either. Because that's fucking Doc Brown. He's very funny, and he's this po-faced character.
Yeah.
And why would you do that to Ben Bailey Smith? He's a really. It did have Earth Casualty in it though, because she's really good. I like her.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. She's Welsh as well, so obviously I'm very biased on that one. She's from Cardiff. She teaches around here as well. She's an acting teacher. She's really, really good. She was fantastic. The android guy might as well not have been there. Ash. I don't remember his name. I'm going to call him Ash.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
He was Ash, though, wasn't he? Well, Bishop. More like, well, no, Bishop did something. He didn't. It didn't make sense. Oh, it's lethal to humans. What? Get the android to pick him up then. He's a fucking android. He ain't going to bother him. Yeah. I liked the Pating, but then I liked the adipose.
Yeah.
And they were very similar. I quite like the juxtaposition of this really lethal creature that looks cute as fuck. It kind of reminded me of the aliens of Galaxy Quest.
Yes, that was what I was thinking.
It was a bit like that, and I kind of like that. I like because there were people on Twitter saying, "Oh, that's unbelievable to have an alien something that lethal, that cute." I'm thinking, you watch cat videos, right? Mm-hmm. You watch lion and tiger videos, and they say, "Oh, you cute fuzzy tiger." Yeah, who will eat your head?
Wasn't there a monster in the Sixth Doctor comics called the Meep that was fucking lethal as fuck, but looked really cute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And in Terrorhawks, Yuri, the most evil creature in the universe, the Napoleon of crime in the Terrorhawks universe, he was a cute teddy bear.
Yeah.
But Zelda was scared to death of him because he was the most evil creature in the universe.
Yeah, and don't forget the rabbit in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oddly enough, watching that the other day, actually. I hadn't seen it for about 5 or 6 years, and I still knew all the fucking dialogue. Seriously. Yeah. One rabbit stew coming right up.
When I used to teach, that was the first film that I showed about medieval period, because funnily enough, it's accurate as fuck.
Yeah, it's quite accurate, yeah. I know, it's quite funny. It was because Terry Jones, he was into all that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a medievalist, and he was quite obsessed with, the same as me, with rabbits in their medieval manuscript illuminations.
Yeah, were they scared to death of them or something?
No, it wasn't that they were scared of them. It was just to show that what you can, just because something seems very benevolent, isn't always as it seems. Nothing as it seems. And they picked that up in the Day of the Doctor as well, when the 10th Doctor's talking to the rabbit.
Yeah.
Diagon.
Exactly. So yeah, the Pating looked cute, isn't? I also like the it was the blink and you miss it thing. So when they were looking up all the alien races, they showed like Silurians and Raxacoricofallapatorians. Mm-hmm. Not Slitheen, as some fucker said on Twitter. You were wrong, mate. Slitheen's a family.
Yep.
But there you go. I really enjoyed the Stranka Conundrum. I thought it was a good Base Under Siege episode, and Doctor Who is made of Base Under Siege episodes.
Yeah.
I liked The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I thought it was a good episode. Mm-hmm. I liked Arachnids. I really liked that episode.
Couldn't watch it. No. 5 minutes or so into it, yeah, fuck this, turned it off. I can't watch it.
It was plot holy as fuck. I will admit that. The resolution where they just lured the spiders into a room with Stormzy's music because of the bass. The spiders like the bass. Which is true. They like vibrations. That's how they hunt. They didn't do anything with that. They didn't go anywhere. They just sort of left it, and you're led to assume they dealt with it, which is fine, I guess. But the fact that Big Mama Spider died because she couldn't breathe because she was too heavy. Mm-hmm. That's exactly as it would be. It's in a more oxygen-rich environment, she would thrive. Mm-hmm. And that's where you got the giant spiders in Earth's history. When there was a massive oxygen-rich in the Carboniferous, I think it was. That's when spiders grew massive sizes because they're buck lungs, because they breathe through their skin. Mm-hmm. They could handle it. But in this sort of environment, which is more nitrogen-rich, they just can't handle it, and that's why she died. I did like Chris Noth's character, the pseudo Donald Trump, but he wasn't Donald Trump. They were great pains to say that he isn't. He hates Donald Trump. And the whole, are you Ed Sheeran? I quite like that. There's a part where she says, "Are you Ed Sheeran?" And he says, no, I'm not Ed Sheeran. Because everyone's going about Ed Sheeran now. And I'm like, that's pretty funny, actually. I quite... When she does that sort of thing, that's kind of funny. Because that's, again, like 10.
Yeah. That's exactly something he would say.
Yeah, it's, standing around here, vlogging. I
should mention that she hasn't mentioned that she hits social media yet, has she?
No, I don't think so.
Not yet, because I know 10, 11 and 12 have.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love the venom that 11 spat that out with Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, it is toxic. It's a cesspit at the moment, Twitter. Yeah. But I liked that bit. I liked his character. I liked the fact that he was the evil businessman trope. Mm-hmm. I love that trope so much. He's Lex Luthor, basically. He's who he was. I liked Yaz's mum. She got more to do than Yaz, as usual. There was a great bit where they've got the scientist who might as well not have been there, by the way. The scientist who said, all that stuff's secret, and then immediately told the doctor what everything was going on. But there's a bit where she's explaining stuff to the doctor, and Ryan's in the background doing shadow puppets because he's bored. And I thought that was fantastic, because that's what a companion should be doing.
Yeah.
He's not going to understand half of what's going on. It's great. And him and Graham as a team are really good.
Yeah. I really do like Graham, and I really do like Ryan.
Well, there was some great stuff, because obviously it was the first time Graham had been back to his house since Grace had died. Mm-hmm. And there were some brilliant bits where he was staring into space, and the actress was back who played Grace. Sharon D... I can't remember. Sharon, anyway, she was back. Yeah. And she was saying, what are you thinking of me for? Why are you thinking of me? What would I, why am I here? And it was that sort of, he's grieving.
Yeah.
And he's imagining her there, and fantastic acting by Bradley Walsh. Mm-hmm. Much better than the series deserves, frankly.
Yeah.
But I liked her acting. I thought it was a damn good episode, and a really good sort of Green Death type thing. And the whole reason the spiders were bigger was totally Green Death as well. Mm-hmm. And it worked. I like that sort of Doctor Who episode, which gave a message. Mm-hmm. And it was an important message, but it didn't ram it down your throat.
Yeah.
And I don't think, even Rosa didn't ram it down your throat. Rosa was a good episode because it just said, this is what it was. Mm-hmm. But it was too similar thematically to Demons of the Punjab.
Yeah.
I think maybe had that been in the next series, I think they were just too close together.
Yeah, I think so.
And personally, I would have made more of Demons of the Punjab, because they didn't really explain what partition was still. They basically told you what it was, but didn't really go into many of the ramifications of it. Mm-hmm. There's somebody on Twitter, and of course, white person, of course, who was basically saying, I'm not answering your questions. Do your research. Look, mate, if I watch Sharp, I don't expect half the episode to not tell me what's going on, so I have to go online to find out about the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah, true.
I don't expect that. I don't expect War and Peace to leave out vast swathes of stuff, so I have to then go on Wikipedia and find out what Tolstoy actually meant. Mm-hmm. It should explain it in the episode, and don't tell, show.
Yeah, if you're going to be talking about a major part of history, Indian history and British history.
It's British history at the end, yeah.
Why not go the whole hog and just show it happening and show what happened afterwards as well?
Yeah, don't show in microcosm, because that's what they do in this episode. They show it in microcosm. Mm-hmm. So they've got a Muslim woman marrying a Hindu man, which is obviously a no-no. Mm-hmm. Go to Lahore, go to the place itself, and actually show us a farmhouse in the middle of fucking nowhere, and again have a human be the bad guy, because humans are the real monsters.
Yeah.
And even then, what I told you before about the guy who kills her nan's husband, first husband, it isn't his brother. His brother is the bad guy. His brother's the one guy who shot the priest because he was going to marry a Muslim and a Hindu. Can't have that. Mm-hmm. He was effectively a racist.
Yeah.
At the very least, a bigot against Muslims. Mm-hmm. And it's a bad attitude to have, obviously. He's the bad guy. He didn't shoot his own brother. He should have done. That should have been what happened. What actually happens is a guy on horseback who the guy fought with in World War II.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a line of dialogue, and he just shoots the guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no drama in that.
No. No.
It's a Game of Thrones death, is what it is. It's life's random and chance.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no. I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I'm at the point now where I'm never going to watch Game of Thrones. But I do understand that there's no drama in random chance.
Basically, Game of Thrones, he's very, very good at getting you to care about characters and then suddenly killing them off.
And you do that over the matter of a season or a couple of years. This guy we'd known for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're told to care about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really care about characters like that.
Yeah.
The worst thing of all about the episode was at the end, because obviously it's all about Yaz meeting her nan.
Yeah.
When she was young. So when they meet up again, do you know that bit in Back to the Future where Marty meets Doc in the past and then goes back to the future and then he sees Doc again and they never talk about what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that bit?
Yep.
That bit that never happened?
Yeah.
In the film, because Doc actually does remember meeting Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that bit never happens in Demons of the Punjab. She meets her nan again after 70 odd years, and her nan's like, "Oh yeah," they just never mention it. They don't talk about it. At the very least, Yaz would say, "Do you remember me being there?"
Yeah.
Or a nan saying, "Oh, I remember a girl. She was like you."
Yeah, you would think that would happen. Yeah.
That's why I called her Yaz.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking such lazy writing. Lazy, shitty writing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been the hallmark of this series for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just lazy, shitty writing. Just getting by on themes.
Yeah.
Knowing full well that if anybody dissents and doesn't follow the party line, they'll get eviscerated. Because, you must therefore be racist. Or homophobic or whatever.
Yeah. And we're not. We just dislike the way the current climate's going.
Well, it happened on Twitter because somebody put a tweet apropos of nothing saying, "Oh, well, basically, if you don't like this series and all you want is Daleks, then obviously you're clearly a racist." Mm-hmm. And people were saying, "Hang on a minute, that doesn't sound right." No, racist block.
Yeah. In the mirror at yourself, take a good, long, hard look at yourself. No, I think it needs to be the other way around.
I don't understand where the attitude comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone's going to like everything you like and vice versa. A lot of people are just saying, "Do you know what? I was going to walk away from Doctor Who at the moment. It's really not for me." I think Lipmanette's done that, Queen of the Sonic. She was basically lumped in. I mean, I'm not being funny. I don't know if you've ever watched her videos or seen her on Twitter. She is the least racist person.
Yeah.
She's basically one of the woke crowd in her reasonableness. But apparently she's an anti-PC monster.
Oh, dear.
I don't understand how she could be. She's friends with the Time Ladies and all that kind of thing. Mm. She is not in with the racist Brexity crowd at all. It's very much if you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah.
And I don't...
Be binary.
It's not healthy.
No, it's
for
not.
The series. It means that they can get away with any old shitty writing and say, well, if you don't like it, if you don't like the product, then obviously you're just a horrible person.
Yeah, and I have noticed that all the people who are the loudest people are all the ones who are desperate to try and keep their favour with the BBC and Doctor Who.
Yes.
Desperate to keep their social media, well, not social media as such, but what they do with Doctor Who magazine. You're going to edit that bit out, aren't you?
No. Do you know what? No, I'm not. Because it's true. At the end of the day, the people who are either shouting the loudest about it or not saying anything at all are the ones who stand to gain from it.
Yeah.
Or have a standing that they don't want to go away. Mm-hmm. And it's not right. It's, at the end of the day, yes, there are a lot of people who don't like this series at the moment because they don't like a woman doctor, or they don't like the fact that it is tackling issues that are uncomfortable for some people.
Yeah.
Because they have racist views or bigoted views or old-fashioned views. On the other hand, there are people with legitimate concerns about the quality of the writing, the fact that there's not been a monster in the whole series.
Yeah, just being dismissed out of hand and lumped in with those people.
There's been no antagonist, is one of my concerns. Exactly. But being lumped in with those sort of people, and I have been lumped in with those sort of people this weekend, I'm not happy about that. Because I am not like that. I just want a good, entertaining show. And if it tackles issues like it has done in the past, don't come at me and say, oh, it's not like the Doctor Who's never tackled issues. I know. I used to watch it in the late 80s when Andrew Cartmel was the script editor. He was is the most political person ever to have taken on the script editorship of Doctor Who. This is a man who's fucking proper red wedge.
Yeah.
He makes Billy Bragg look like a fucking moderate. Does Carmel.
Yeah, true, very.
And Sylvester McCoy, who I think was legitimately might have been a part of Red Wedge.
Yeah.
A guy mentored by Ken Campbell, who was, again, about as red as it fucking got.
Yeah.
So don't come at me with your fucking bullshit. Oh, Doctor Who's always been political. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I remember watching the Happiness Patrol and thinking, what's this about, I wonder? Or Remembrance of the Daleks, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't get much more obviously political than that.
Yeah, oh no, it's not. It's just silly entertainment. Not like the serious issues of today.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Or even things like the Green Death.
The Silurians.
Mutants.
All of it. Practically every episode ever.
The Peladon episodes. About demarcation and stuff like that. Doctor Who's always been a political animal.
Yeah. The Zygon inversion. Yeah.
Genesis.
And oddly and funnily enough, the people who it's aimed at, the kids, they're not watching it.
No.
My Mia refuses to watch it point blank.
Well, the other argument that is going on at the moment, and I hate anything to do with this subject, is ratings. They've fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
I mean, don't come at me with it's doing really well. It might be with a certain demographic, but it's not got a wide appeal. Because it was sort of hitting 10 million at the start of the series. It's struggling to hit 6 million now.
Yeah.
And I don't think... Well, the time slot change isn't going to fucking help, is it? Because it's now moving from 7 o'clock to 6:30 again to fall in line with Attenborough, which absolutely it should do, because it's Attenborough. You don't fuck with Attenborough, but it's lost a lot of viewers, and those viewers ain't coming back.
No.
And merely by saying it's been the most successful series since XYZ, it's doing better than last year. Because I think I do agree that Moffat was aimed at a certain demographic, and that was the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
And I think people did struggle to get into it.
And he welcomed criticism as long as you weren't issuing death threats towards them.
Yeah, unlike certain other showrunners, I could say, who just block people and won't go on social media and set their attack dogs on them.
Yeah. And Russell T Davies, he was like, yeah, fuck off, I don't...
Fuck off, my show. The man who famously told Ian Levine to fuck off.
Yes, brilliant.
It's not your show, Ian, fuck off. Yeah, RTD would hold no truck with any bullshit like that. And again, RTD, quite woke.
Yeah.
He had definitely had an agenda of promoting gayness. Because he's gay, and that's what he would do. So he employed people like Gareth Roberts.
Didn't Gareth Roberts write The Lodger and Closing Time?
He did.
Yes.
He's a good writer. I like Gareth Roberts.
Funnily enough, they were two of my favourite episodes of the 11th Doctors, just because they were so domestic with a bit of sci-fi in them.
What he wrote the Shakespeare Code as well.
Yeah, and I loved that one too.
Which, yeah, again, I love the show. It's a really clever episode. But they told a message, and they were fun. That's what's missing from this series. Mm-hmm. Fun. It's not fun. Fun,
whimsy, idiosyncrasy.
Oh yeah, none of that.
No.
Well, they were proved fucking right on that one, weren't they? It's not that she's going to be poor fish, she's just going to be beige.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, somebody actually put this on Facebook, see, you know how the six Doctor always comes bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've got a new contender.
Yeah.
And but the only thing is, it's because she's a woman, isn't she? That's because she's fucking boring.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to her.
Yeah, nothing.
And that's a disservice to not only Jodie Whittaker, but women in general. Because that's what people are going to say. Oh, let's not cast a woman next time. The last one was a bit boring.
Mm. It's not the actors, it is the writing.
Because they're scared to death. Well, Chibnall's not a very good writer. We've said this from the start, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
And the people who have written for this show so far who weren't Chris Chibnall, the only decent one's been Rosa Parks' I can't remember her first name. Blackman is her last name, isn't it?
I think so. I don't
know. Miss Blackman. She's been very good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Rosa. I thought it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. And I really liked Saranga Conundrum. I'll give Chibnall his due on that one. That was a good episode.
Yeah. Chibnall can be a good writer if he's got somebody there editing his scripts for him. The Slytherin episodes he did with Rory dying.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Just for a change.
Yeah.
But 42 was dog shit.
Yes.
Conversely. And that's what we're getting. We're getting a whole season of 42s.
Yeah.
They're just dog shit and boring. And even if something's bad, it can be interesting. But this isn't even... It's not even got the balls to be bad.
Mm-hmm. It's just boring.
It's just dull.
Mm-hmm.
And that's... The tragedy is that people are saying, oh, it might pick up before it's not going to pick up, lads.
No.
There is no story arc. He's teased a story arc. And there isn't going to be a big reveal at the end. There's going to be loads of fucking plot holes.
Yeah.
Who's
writing next week's episode?
Peter something. It is Peter Treve or something like that. He's called. I forget. But it's about big business. How big business is bad. Julie Hesmondhalgh is in it, and Lee Mack's in it, so it might be good.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Witchfinder General episode after that, with Alan Cumming in it. So that hopefully will be good.
That should be good, that one, because I'm quite interested in that time period.
Hopkins and all that.
Yes.
I'm really interested. I love Witchfinder General stuff. It's really good, and that is an episode which you can make really pro woman.
Mm.
But if you're going to do a feminist episode, that's the episode to do it in, because a whole swathe of women were killed because they were different or unmarried or whatever.
Yeah, just disliked.
Yeah, I don't like this woman, therefore witch.
Yeah.
Therefore burn.
Mm.
And
here in Newcastle, there was 13 women all hung at the same time just for being witches on the town moor.
Oh yeah, I mean it's happened all the time on the Nesmire in York. They either hanged them or they just set fire to them.
Yeah, I mean where I work, the place that I work in, we've got an entire exhibition on witchcraft in the northeast. It's absolutely bloody brilliant.
Right, you got to get by somewhere up there.
Yep.
It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that hopefully will be a really good episode. I'm hoping it'll be a really good episode. I want it to be. This is the thing. The other thing on Twitter that's getting me is these people who assume that just because you keep watching it, you hate watching it.
No.
I'm not hate watching it. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
I love Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
And the elements are there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a good theme tune, although I wish it'd stop fucking around with it on the outro.
Mm.
I really, because they did it again this week. They did it like an Indian version of the theme tune.
Uh-huh.
And it's cringy as fuck. It's just cringy. It's not as cringy as the fucking Rosa Parks one. That was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But stop doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just no. It's not about. Oh, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe that's what it is.
No, it's not that. We're not old. We're only middle-aged.
I think it just lessens the impact of the episode if you tie it in with a woke-ass theme tune.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people on Twitter are saying they just want some fun. They want adventure.
Yeah.
I think Megan and her boys were basically saying the same thing to me the other day, saying that's what's missing from this series. It feels very worthy. Mm-hmm. It's like when Mary Berry, when Bake Off was on the Beeb and Mary Berry, and somebody would make a cake that's like vegan or whatever, Mary Berry would always say, in a very diplomatic way, "Oh, that looks awfully good for me." Which is basically saying it doesn't. It's not a very nice cake, I'm sure. And that's how I feel about Doctor Who at the moment. I'm sure it's very good for me.
Uh-huh.
But it's not very nourishing.
Yeah.
It's not teaching me anything apart from how not to be fun. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously, I realise you don't want to make light of episodes. You don't want to make light of an issue like Partition. Mm-hmm. But if that's your intention and you can't work around that, don't do an episode about Partition. Mm-hmm. If you're not a good enough writer to balance it, don't do it. Yeah,
they're putting there's too much pathos in it. They're not writing properly. They're not.
It's not pathos, though, is it? Because pathos is the end of Blackadder Goes Forth. Yeah. Where you've got something that was previously very, very funny becomes ultimately very poignant. Yeah. You know? Or League of Gentlemen's a good example of this. The bingo caller, whose partner dies because they get the transition operation done, but they get Mercer and die. And what something being previously funny is suddenly really not funny at all. Yeah. And it's the best one ever, and this is one that actually did genuinely make me cry at the time. Paul Whitehouse and his Rolly Birkin.
Yes, God.
The one where he's remembering the girl he lost in the war.
Yeah.
He never saw her again because he was very drunk. Yeah. It's the bit where he tells the story and it suddenly becomes something else.
Yeah, just a bit and then, but I was very, very drunk.
Well, no, he doesn't even say that. He says very, very quietly, I'm afraid I was very drunk. Yeah. And it's like, oh, Niagara Falls, Frankie. Mm. And that's pathos, and that's what's missing from this. It's just the only person who's showing any kind of pathos is Graham. Mm-hmm. But other than that, and I'm getting sick to fucking death of everyone shipping Yaz and the Doctor.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, our lesbian trans Doctor.
Look, lads, not going to happen.
Yeah.
They've already said it's not going to happen.
No.
Those days are gone.
Everything else has, why not that as well?
Yes. Let's take away all potential fun from the series.
But we've got the biscuit dispenser, that's fun. God.
If she likes biscuits.
Does she now?
Apparently so. Yeah. Oh, this is depressing. And there's not even going to be a Christmas special, or is there? No, there isn't. And there is, or there isn't now. Oh, they don't know yet. They've not said. I think what's happened is they said no Christmas special. There's been such a fucking backlash is that they've now said we won't discuss Christmas scheduling, which is bullshit because it's already worked out. Yeah. I think they're desperately trying to shoehorn it in somewhere now. And not put it on New Year's Day. Yeah. Because if they don't have it at Christmas, that sends a really bad message. Yeah. That basically they don't give a fuck about Doctor Who anymore. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of know already. The BBC don't care about Doctor Who anymore.
Yeah, you can tell.
Well, the interest has definitely waned.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember that sketch that Mark Gatiss did? Where we just get any shit actor with an equity card in. I
think the line was get any old cunt with an equity card.
Yeah.
That he said later on that he regretted.
Yeah.
It's
basically that premise, but any old cunt who's ever written something.
What they're going to have to do is I'm seeing in my mind McCoy's first season, where the season after is when everything turned around and it became awesome. Yeah. Because the Seventh Doctor's season, as much best will in the world, it's not a great season. Mm. It's a bit rubbish. It's that season. Paradise Towers and Delta and the Bannermen, which could have been good but wasn't. Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing about that series. It could have been brilliant, but it just didn't quite get there.
No, and I think because they didn't have time. Mm-hmm. This season's very much like that. I don't think it's going to go down in history as a really well-remembered season. Mm-hmm. And it should be. Mm-hmm. First female Doctor. They should be knocking it out the park on a weekly basis. Yeah. It should be amazing. It should be rip-roaring. It should be Jodie Whittaker. Everybody's saying, oh, yeah, she's definitely the Doctor. She's not yet.
No.
She's just nice.
Had that moment.
No. So maybe next season we'll get Classic Monsters back. Hopefully. Maybe Chibnall's done it on purpose to say, oh, this is what it's like without Classic Monsters. Yeah. So all you're moaning about Daleks being in it too much. I want her to fight the Daleks. I want her to fight Cybermen.
Yeah.
I just want her to fight a monster and do something. Instead of just dramatically point the Sonic at something.
What if the last episode is about Daleks?
It won't be.
Yeah.
That'll be Chibnall giving us too much fun. Can't handle that. All I will say is all those people who are moaning about Twice Upon a Time, you didn't know he had it so fucking good, did you?
Yeah, I know.
Moaning bastards. Oh, he's just Bill's shit. All right, is she now?
No. Bill.
No. Turns out she's actually really good, isn't she?
Bill was a fucking brilliant character.
And they threw her away.
Yeah.
Maybe they should get really... Well, I don't think Bradley Walsh is going to be there next season. Okay. I think Graham's going to die of his cancer. Okay. I think that's why he's gone back with the Doctor. Yeah. I think he's going to die. I think so is it Twice in Coal? Apparently he's doing loads of theatre work, so it doesn't look like he's coming back. Mm-hmm. So is it just going to be the Doctor in Yaz? I think he should go back and get Bill.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
I was just sitting there thinking what this season would have been like with the 13th Doctor and Bill. It would have been...
And Nardole.
Better than what it was. Nardole. Oh, yeah, bring Nardole back.
It's just, it wouldn't be as beige as it is now.
Yeah.
It's slightly better news, because I don't want to leave on a low. Mm-hmm. Better news, we've got the Paternoster Gang coming back in Big Finish.
Yay!
Which is awesome. It also gives them the scope to bring back Jago as well. Gordon Henry Jago.
Yeah.
And the other great thing is that the Doctor's daughter's back with the 5th Doctor.
Woohoo!
So you're going to get Georgia Tennant working with her dad. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I wonder if there'll be chemistry.
And they've got to bring they've got to do a bloody episode where 5 and 10 and the daughter's there. We've got to do that one.
Oh yeah, it's not like he's ain't going to be available. Of course, he's going to be available.
If anything happened to be, you could go to a bloody opening of the TARDIS and David Tennant would be there.
I hope she calls him Dad in it.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Hello, Dad.
Right, Dad. I like Jenny. That was one of the things I always regretted them not doing more with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have done so much more with that.
I tell you what, though, now she's getting old, she's looking awfully like her mum. She looks so much like Sandra Dickinson now. It's not even funny.
It's awesome. I love Sandra Dickinson.
Oh, she's ace. I was watching the other day. I was watching the Two Ronnies 1987 Christmas special. She was in that, and I'm like, yeah. I definitely got butterflies when I was little for Sandra Dickinson, and I understand why.
In Benidorm.
Yeah, she was in that, wasn't she?
Yeah, and the character in the bloody mobility scooter, that's Clara's nan, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I thought it was.
And she was in Doctor Who as well.
Yeah, Clara's nan.
She was in Vengeance on Varos. So Retta.
Yeah. Yes, I remember now.
With Ken Masters.
Mm.
He's ace. Stephen... Oh, God. Nah, I'm terrible with names at the moment. But yeah, Ken Masters off Howard's Way.
Yeah.
And he was also in Genesis. He was in Genesis Daleks as well. It's all connected, lads. But no, the Big Finish is bringing some good stuff out. Very important one. The Brigadier's coming back in the 3rd Doctor Adventures.
Oh, who's playing Brigadier?
This is amazing because it couldn't get better than this. John Culshaw.
Bloody hell.
It's like, yeah. Because somebody was saying the other day, I'm not sure about that. And I said, if anyone's going to do a good job, if anybody wants to do a good job, it's going to be John Culshaw. Because not many people love Doctor Who as much as John Culshaw.
He's a good voice actor, and he can get the tones of people's voices correct. So
absolutely, I can't wait. I listened to the latest one that came out with Rufus Hound as the monk again. Really good. Really, really good. Chibnall has now got the third Doctor down pat.
Yeah.
You can see his progression. You can hear his progression from the first one, where he's pretty much like the third Doctor, and then it gets to now where it's not indistinguishable. You still know that it isn't Pertwee, but it's not far off.
Yeah.
He's definitely grown as into the character. Sorry.
I was just going to say, have they done any second Doctor stories yet?
Yes, Fraser Hines has done a few. He does quite a serviceable impression of Troughton, actually. Which, if anybody's gone to, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
No, he's fantastic. Is Fraser Hines? They'll never be as prevalent as the third Doctor stuff. They're really going for the third Doctor stuff now. The fact that the Brigadier is going to be in the next one is really a statement of intent.
Yes, definitely. Stay for bringing the Brigadier in.
But it's fantastic because you've got Mike Yates in them as well.
Yeah.
You know, they need to get more Benton in it as well.
Yeah. Oddly, Mike Yates was the most interesting character out of the lot.
He was, because he was a turncoat who was brainwashed into being a turncoat and then had PTSD because of being a turncoat.
Yeah.
And
very, very sexually ambiguous.
And was potentially gay, yeah.
Yes.
So I think Richard Franklin might be.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
I've heard rumour.
I do quite like the fact that he was sexually, even at the time he was supposed to be sexually ambiguous.
Yeah, him and Benton.
Him and Benton, you might have been, you know. Yeah. Because John Levine definitely isn't gay, but he's so camp.
Yeah.
It's funny because Benton isn't camp, but he really is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You hear Benton, and then you hear John Levine being interviewed, and he's all love and darling and ducky and all proper lovey.
Yeah.
Love it. I was listening to some of the extras on the Third Doctor stuff as well, and Katie Manning's on there saying basically now it's like it is so spooky to hear Tim Trelaw do the Third Doctor now, because it just sounds so much like John. And we all know, if you've got to be blind not to understand how much Katie Manning loved John Pertwee.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely loved him.
Oh yes, absolutely adored him. There's no doubt about it, and you know, she's lovely.
Yeah,
she really is one of the nicest people. If you don't follow her on Twitter, please follow her on Twitter, because she's the nicest person. And she has little conversations with people like Janet Fielding and Nicola Bryan, and you'll see them all talking to each other. It's like the companions are all talking to each other. It's really cool. Yeah. They were swapping recipes the other day, her and Nicola Bryan. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. Yes. Oh, I love it so much. It's just a shame Liz Sladen's not here, because you know she'd be in on it.
Oh, yes, definitely. Oh.
She'd be totally in on all that stuff. Can you imagine Liz Sladen doing conventions? Oh,
I know. I'm going to go and watch School Reunion after this.
Well, I tell you, I watched it the other day and he was fantastic. I tell you what I didn't realise, because I didn't really watch much of the Sarah Jane Adventures. Russ Abbott was in the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yes, he was.
Dude!
Yeah.
Why did nobody tell me this?
So was James Dreyfus.
Oh yeah, of course he was.
And Nigel Havers playing Sarah Jane's lover.
Yeah, I can't watch that. I watched it and I can't watch it again, because it's like, no, it's really upsetting.
Yeah. You're just like me with Vincent and the Doctor, you know, I can't watch that.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah, hands down the best episode of the 11th Doctor that you were in. I've only been able to watch it once.
Yeah, oh no, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely, Sarah Jane's the wedding of Sarah Jane Smith is the 10th Doctor one. I find it difficult to watch that, and I find it difficult to watch Death of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Because it was the last time she met with the Doctor, and you know, I think it wasn't far off her dying, Miss Sladen, from then. And the fact that her and Joe Grant just got on so well in the episode,
yeah.
And apparently got on really well in real life, because they hadn't really met each other.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah, I'm just glad Russell T Davies learnt something from writing School Reunion. You know, when he had Sarah Jane and Rose at each other's throats.
That's still a funny.
Yeah.
It's when they start laughing, and he comes in. He's like, "What?" It's when they point at him and laugh, it's the funniest thing ever. That was awesome. Screw You is perfect.
Yeah.
Really, really perfect episode. From a season that had its clunkers, but I really like. I don't mind season 2. I really liked season 3. I liked Martha.
Yeah.
Sadly, both of them blown out the water as soon as Donna Noble came.
Mm.
She was fantastic. I think that's what's missing is memorable companions at the moment. They're all a bit on board with the Doctor. There's no sense of real wonder there.
Mm. There's no wonder. There's no clashing between the Doctor and the companions.
I mean, I'm not talking levels of bloody Perry 6. It doesn't need to be that. But
No.
they just do whatever the Doctor said. They're all mates in space.
Yeah.
That's a bit boring.
I mean, they got that came at the end of the Doctor and Rory and Amy's run, because Amy was like, "Oh, brilliant! Yeah, you fly away," and Rory's like, "Hang on, no,
Yeah.
hold back." And then eventually he did get into the spirit of everything. But this lot is just as if they've known the Doctor for years and years and years instead of bloody.
I think the worst line I've heard so far was when he has said, "Because you're the best person I've ever met." Okay, well, somebody doesn't understand the Doctor at all, do they?
No.
Because the Doctor is not a particularly nice person sometimes.
If you think,
Can't imagine Clara saying that, can you?
No.
No, she stupid old man.
Stupid old Mammy's carer, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah, well, it's just, I don't want antagonism so much as I just don't. It's all so nice and bland, and there's no stakes. We've not had someone who wants to destroy the world yet, and that's
No, went a bit too far with the universe being destroyed every 5 minutes in previous.
Yeah.
They've gone too far the opposite way, where nothing.
Balance. Yeah, exactly. Just balance. And like I say, I'm sick of being told every 5 seconds. Well, actually, it's. I think you'll find it's closer to the original remit of the show, which was educational. Yeah, they dropped that like a fucking lead balloon as soon as the Daleks turned up.
Yeah, and did actually even watch any of it. Most of the bloody episodes were lost anyway. And if you read the bloody Target novels, you can see the Doctor was very, very, very conflicted in whether he should help or not.
Well, that's the other thing, it's like, oh, well, the Doctor's always been nice. Really? First Doctor? Other days? He wasn't,
No, he wasn't.
He's going to kill someone.
Somebody the first episode.
He was going to kill someone. He was going to bash their head in.
Mm.
So, no. I understand that people want it to be all things to all people, and that's what it should be. Absolutely what it should be.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're not getting that.
Mm.
At the moment, he's pandering to a certain demographic.
Yeah.
In an attempt to raise the viewership. He's trying. The problem is when you try and please everybody, you end up pleasing no one.
Yeah.
And these people will eventually turn on him.
Yeah, they will.
Because that's what
Or
they do.
there'll just be one throwaway line somewhere in the next couple of episodes, and they'll all denounce him. Just one line. Not even that, one word.
Well, I mean, it happens all the time. You see, I remember when Joss Whedon was the flavour of the month, couldn't do no wrong, wokest person in the room. They all hate him now.
Yeah, I know.
Admittedly, because he was cheating on his wife with people a lot.
Yeah.
But, that by the by, at one point...
Yeah, I don't care.
Even though to this day, I still don't understand why Willow Rosenberg became a lesbian. I mean, a lesbian, not bisexual. She should have been bisexual. Lesbian? Hang on a minute. 2 seasons ago, she was pining after Xander and Oz.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm a lesbian. I've always been a lesbian. Really? That's pretty sure that's not how that works.
No,
But, okay. These days, I reckon she probably would have been made bisexual. And they would have said, because bisexuals, it's not just about sex, it's about love as well, and blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I always found it a bit weird. Admittedly, the way they dealt with it was fantastic, because everyone went, oh, all right then. But there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stop pandering to a certain demographic, Chibnall. It's not going to work ultimately. And you're driving them. They are driving away people who... Because I will always watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hate watching it. I want to like it. And at the end of the episode, I usually think, that was good, or that was bad, or that could have been better.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm never going to hate it. I don't hate it. I've taken no pleasure in tearing it down today.
Neither have I. And you know me, I'm always like, yes, that was... I've always been the type of person to say, yes, this show's absolutely brilliant. Everyone has to watch it.
You're fucking Pollyanna, that's why.
Yeah, and now this season I'm like, yeah, I don't care if you don't watch it. I'm not watching it either.
I know Shane is not watching it live.
Mm.
He's stacked it up on iPlayer, and it's like, fuck me. But, you know, at the end of the day, if I will always watch the show, but my view on it is, look, if the show ends up being completely fucking unwatchable, I've got Big Finish. That's going nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm all right. It's people who don't like Big Finish, because some people, somebody was saying the other day, oh, it's fucking fan fiction. Excuse me. I don't think it is, mate.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, fucking stupid fan fiction. Yeah, fan fiction that's sanctioned by the BBC.
Yeah.
And that has all the original people in it. That's not fan fiction. But anyway. Yeah, at the end of the day, I've always got Big Finish, isn't it? So it's not the end of the world if it's unwatchable.
Yeah. But I'm going to make the effort to watch Kablam.
I want to watch Kablam, and I want to watch the Witchfinder General episode.
Yeah.
They look interesting. And they're going to release more details about later episodes tonight. Maybe the latter half of the season will come together and we'll be shown to be utter idiots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. But if not, hopefully, because it's not going to get... No matter what anybody says, oh, it's going to get cancelled. Fuck off, The Sun. It's not going to get cancelled. It's still a very, very successful show that's brought in better ratings than last season. And that's ultimately what the BBC are going to look at. Mm-hmm. They don't care about content these days. They just care about ratings. Yeah. Which they shouldn't, but they do. It will get renewed. There will be another series. Whether Chibnall will be at the head of it, because he might decide he's had enough. Mm-hmm. It might get retooled. We might see, like I say, a Seventh Doctor situation where the Doctor... I don't want it to be dark. I just want it to... a bit more rumph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Because at the moment, she's Brian Cox.
Yeah.
In the universe, wonderful. Oh, it's so lovely.
The universe is a dark and horrible place.
This universe has bred some of the most terrible things. And they must be fought. That's what we want. I don't want a wet Doctor. They always used to call Peter Davison the wet vet, didn't they?
Yeah, or the beige one.
I think that's what we've got at the moment, is the beige one.
Yeah.
And what we need is more 11. We need more 4.
Yeah.
She can do it.
Oh, I know she can. She can see it. It's there. She's just being restrained, basically.
Yeah. She's been restrained by the material. Mm-hmm. But there you go. D- must do better.
Yeah.
I think at the moment, I would say. Certainly the weakest of the... at this point in time, for me, the weakest of the modern series.
Yeah.
And like I say, gives me no great pleasure to say that, but at the moment, it's not great.
We need to bring a new script editor on board, somebody you can say, yeah, you need to have this.
And a few old writers, maybe. A few of the older writers who know what they're doing and can, also some of the Big Finish writers, maybe even.
Yeah.
Get John Dorney on the case. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Matt Platt. Get Matt Platt back. Or Tom McRae.
Yeah.
I'd be up for another Tom McRae episode. Yeah. Toby Whitehouse.
I'd be for bringing Rachel how do you pronounce the surname?
Talele.
Yeah, she's
a good director.
Hell of a lot into Doctor Who.
She is, and she's a bit busy at the moment because I think she's directing a lot of DC stuff in the States.
Yeah.
As she should be. She's fantastic.
She's doing Sabrina as well.
Oh yeah, well, she's doing everything.
Yeah.
She does a lot of stuff, does Rachel. She's got a fun surname as well.
Yes.
Talele. You'd never change that, would you? There you go. But we shall leave it there. Like I say, I hope it gets better. I'm sure it will. We shall find out.
Yep.
Leigh, if somebody wanted to find you on the old interwebs, how is the best way to go about doing that?
First off, you can find me at Leigh_fitsin on Twitter, but my profile's locked, so drop a DM first if you want to friend me. I'm very, very quiet at the moment because family business.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Facebook at our Facebook page, Nerva Beacon Pod.
Yep.
And on Instagram as Leigh Wildtime.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, sort of thing.
Brilliant. So, like I say, you can find us on at Nerva Beacon Pod and Nerva Beacon Podcast on Facebook as well, as Leigh said. As for myself, at Cymru Nerd Cave on Twitter and Glenn Jakeman on Facebook. Please send me a message if you want to add me on Facebook, on Twitter. Yeah, anyone can add me, I don't care. Not necessarily going to follow you back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that, follow for follow, because sometimes it's like people who follow you like 25 followers. Well, I'm not following that. I'm honoured that you decided to follow me, but if you're not putting any content, the last content you put was a tweet from 2016 said yes. Probably not going to follow you. But there you go. That's it for this week. We shall be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully, with the 11th Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave Series 11 until the end of the series. We'll come back to that, but we'll go do the 11th Doctor, who we both really love.
Yes, I think favourite along with 2.
I would say he's my favourite along with 4 and 6. I'm a whore. I just like multiple doctors, but there you go. Leigh, say bye-bye to all the lovely people, if you would.
Bye-bye, lovely people.
Bye-bye, everybody.
People.
Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you next time. See ya.
Bye.